Alright, time for a fucking rant. Jurassic World Evolution is like a business park resource management simulation game. If you're like me, and you're a fan of Jurassic Park and Jurassic World, you are stoked and extremely excited for this game. These kind of games are my bread and butter. This has absolutely no excuse for being as fucking bad as it is. I bought this game, and in the first week of me having it, I sunk probably 20 plus hours into it in just the first few days that I had it. I did everything you possibly could in this game, and the conclusion I came to that I'm angry about is that it sucks, and it does not need to suck. There's just a few things that they could have done that made it so much better. It is unimaginative, and at the end of the day, the message it seems to give out is that it's just a cash grab. Alright, so that was very passionate, but because I don't want to just go on a rant, I wrote down a few things on here that I think they could have done and made it better, but I'm probably going to go on a side rant and not stick to these points, but I'm going to try. So, the first thing is a lack of good free play. Lack of a good sandbox, lack of good just making your own park. It has a free play, it has a mode literally called sandbox. The problem with it is that it's not an actual sandbox. It's not like any other game, like Planet Coaster, or City Skylines, SimCity, what the fuck ever, that you can just go into and make a park. Because you kinda can, but you either have to do it with everything or nothing. And no matter what, certain things are unlocked. You can either have the basic dinosaurs that you start out with, or all the dinosaurs. You either start out with like $10 million or unlimited dollars. Which, by the way, 10 million, still pretty decent amount for this game. The problem is you can't do missions. You can't go on like excavations to try and find new dinosaurs. There's really no progression of this that makes you feel like you're getting your park better and better and better. You just have it all already. I don't want like a god mode where I have everything. If I wanted that, that'd be cool. Have that. But I also want like a decent free play mode where I don't have to play the campaign. I also don't have to have just unlimited everything. I'd like to just be able to build a park up from the ground and not have to worry about a campaign. You know, not so fucking hard. Number two, there's actually very little park customization. There's not a whole lot you can do in this when it comes to the park. There's maybe a dozen buildings. You can't actually do anything to those buildings. Like, the only things you can actually like design and customize is like the roads and the pathways and the fences. You can do like genetic altering for the dinosaurs, which is pretty cool. When it comes to the actual park, there's not a whole lot you can actually do. It's not like City Skylines or Planet Coaster or Zoo Tycoon where you can go in really in-depth customization of your town or your park or anything like that. Planet Coaster, you can play for hours and hours and hours, getting one roller coaster down perfectly. You can go into management tabs, drop down janitors and stuff. This one, you don't really have that option. It's so bare bones. And I'd like to mention for a moment, and I haven't brought this up, this game cost $8 million. $8 million. Like, Jesus Christ. Eventually, because of the lack of customization, this is number 3 by the way, there's just nothing to do. You get to a point in this where money's rolling in so damn quick that you have nothing to do. The only thing there really is to do is catch the dinosaurs that always escape. And I think they just make the dinosaurs always escape, even though you can just put hundreds of millions of dollars into fucking fences, they'll always get through them. Because there's nothing to do. You get to a certain point and the lack of customization hits you, and you're just like, well, I guess I'm done with the game. I guess I'm finished. This park is complete. The map is filled up, and there's just nothing to do. Because 3/4 of the map needs to be for the dinosaur areas. And it's not a challenge in any kind of way. Once you hit a certain threshold, then like an hour and a half of playing, money just pours in. There's no fail factor to this game. You can have your dinosaurs break free, eat everybody in your park, put them back, and you'll be fine. Whatever. Not a big deal. And lastly, in the things that can change, probably not lastly, I can think of more, and I might rant on it more later in the video. The stupidest thing is there's no pause function and no fast forward function for the park. Yeah, you can pause the game itself, but you can't edit your park to pause. How dumb is that? You can't fast forward if there's nothing to do. So there's often times when I'm just staring at the goddamn screen, waiting for an excavation crew to get back for like 3.5 minutes. I swear to God, 25% of me playing this game is just sitting on my phone, waiting to have enough money to build something, waiting for an excavation crew to come back. It's insane. Like, how do you have a game like this and not have a fast forward or a pause? Every single one does. So, for now at least, that rant is over. I'm gonna give you 5 tycoon games, simulation games, whatever you want to call them, that are much, much better and much, much, much cheaper to produce. I still can't believe this fucking thing cost $8 million. Okay, so went away for a few minutes, calmed down. I'm back. I mean, for you, it was a jump cut, but for me, it's been a few minutes. I went and I calmed down. I was ranting, talking quick. But here I am, back, ready to show you 5 of my favorite games I think you will love. Tycoon games are my bread and butter. I can take a simple tycoon game over Skyrim or Fallout. I would be so much happier. Although I do love those games, these are my type of thing, resource management. Number 1, and probably the biggest one, is City Skylines. City Skylines is the predecessor to SimCity after SimCity went downhill and nobody played it anymore. It's everything that you wanted SimCity to be in the modern day, but isn't. I have played entire days of this game. I just start from nothing and build up to a goddamn huge metropolis. And this game is a challenge too, like trying to budget, trying to figure out what taxes to put on people, which area to make farmlands, how to not pollute, keep your citizens happy, how to get your college up. Do you want to be a farmland? Do you want to be an oil land, tourist attraction? What do you want to do? Because of that, there's a billion different scenarios you can do in this game that'll just keep you coming back. So that one, number 1, City Skylines. I really intend for this to be a list, but it kind of is, I guess. Number 2 is, if I'm being honest and I'm really thinking about it, probably my all-time favorite game. And that is Game Dev Tycoon. Like, one of the simplest games ever. I originally found it because I was watching Jacksepticeye, and it was fantastic. I actually found a few of these games watching Jacksepticeye, now that I think about it. Game Dev Tycoon started out on the computer. It's made by Greenheart Games, just a small startup. This is their very first game, and it's since come out on a phone. And again, it's a game that I play all damn day long. It started out in the 80s when the Commodore 64 was out, and game developers are just starting to be a thing. You work your way up until modern times as a game developer, as a game company. What's really cool is that you get to see the history of all this stuff. Little things pop up that give you the history of, oh, you know, the GameCube is coming out, the PS2 is coming out, the 64 is coming out. They have all these clever names and pictures, like the PlayStations are called Play Systems, Xboxes are called N-Boxes. Instead of the GameCube, it's a Game Sphere. It's just over and over and over just trying to make better and better games, trying to get 10 out of 10, trying to get these money, trying to make your own console, trying to get the highest score you can by year 35 when you're in modern day. That's pretty much it. But it is addicting and you keep going back to it. One, either build up to get billions of dollars and trillions of fans, because I have one game on there which is, I think, in year 300 something. Then you keep going back as well, trying to get the highest score you can in 35 years. Max score, by the way, 49 million. If anybody could beat that, let me know. The game that I found in Jacksepticeye is Project High-Rise. This is a very simple game, one I'm surprised I didn't see years and years ago before this. Basically, you just take control of a skyscraper and build it from the first story to as tall as you want. Put apartments in there, put restaurants, malls, general offices. It's super basic. It's a lot of fun, and this is peak resource management as well. You need to figure out water, phone lines, electric. Resource management on, I'd say, a budget system. Like, I have a shitty laptop. I've been using the same laptop since I started college like 7 years ago. Project High-Rise is about the peak of what it can play. Tried to put City Skylines on here once and nearly broke my laptop. I had to wipe the whole damn thing. Anyway, Project High-Rise, so much fun. Check that out as well. Very simple. And I touched on this one a bit in my rant about Jurassic World. Not going to say too much about it, but next you have Planet Coaster. Just as City Skylines is the proper successor to SimCity, Planet Coaster is the proper successor to Roller Coaster Tycoon. It's essentially just a better Roller Coaster Tycoon, and it looks amazing and it's so much fun, and I can say the same things about this that I essentially can about City Skylines. So check this other one out as well. And lastly, you have 2 Point Hospital, which as of right now, my wife and I are obsessed with. You can get it free on Game Pass if you have an Xbox. It's so much fun. It's so goofy. Shout out to Day9, who I first saw this. If you don't know who Day9 is, check him out, please. It is very goofy. It's very silly. It's hilarious. Basically, you're taking control of like a cartoonish hospital. You're fixing things like lightheadedness, and people come in and they have a light bulb on their head, or like clown disease, and they come in and they're clown, and you show them scary, sad pictures, and they go back to being a normal person. Hiring doctors and nurses, and the thing about this game is you can't really lose. I have done everything I possibly can to make myself go bankrupt and lose this game. You just can't. But I think that's kind of perfect sometimes, because I can just sit on my couch and play this game for a few hours at the end of the night to relax. So stress-free, it's funny, it's easy to look at, it can be casual, fast-moving, whatever you want. Those are the 5 games that are better than Jurassic World Evolution. And one thing I want to point out, they're all simple games. They're all cheaper games. Coaster and City Skylines a bit more on the high-budget side, but still cheaper and a lot better. The reason Jurassic World Evolution pisses me off so much is it had no excuse to be bad. This is literally made by Universal. When you first power up the game, the Universal logo happens just like in a movie. So I'm just gonna leave you there. Please go play those 5 games. If you want some more suggestions, feel free to reach out. I play 100 different of these resource management games, but please just don't play Jurassic World Evolution. Don't waste your fucking money. Anyway, thanks for watching. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, check out my other videos.